Hey, welcome guys. It's Dr. Ihrig. I don't think if there's a person who likes a Desmos calculator as much as me when it comes to irrational numbers. I think you probably will like the graphing calculator and the scientific calculator as much as I do once you learn these tricks on these next couple of things. So what is an irrational number? Remember a couple of episodes ago we talked about real number system and we talked about natural numbers. Like if you teach a child to count, they're not going to start counting at 0. We normally start with 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4 are natural. Then we had the whole numbers, which had the 0. Then we had the integers, which are the positive and negative numbers, but still whole numbers, no decimals. And then we had the rational numbers, and rational numbers could always be put as fractions. Fractions is the key thing. An irrational number is any number that can't be a fraction. Yeah, it's that easy. So let's take a look at this really amazing trick. I'm going to open up the scientific calculator. It also works on the graphing calculator. Just type in the problem. Here it says type in pi. I click pi. Do you see a fraction button? Nope. So that's not a correct answer, or that's an irrational number. I'm going to type in 0.25. Do you see this fraction button? Yep. Rational number. 1/4. Let's type in the square root of 5. Do you see a fraction button? Nope. Irrational number. Let's type in the square root of 16 divided by 25. Watch. The square root of 16 divided by 2 is that, but look what happens when it becomes 25 in the denominator. Boom. Fraction button. Rational number. It's that easy. It's literally that easy. You see the fraction button? It's rational. You don't see the fraction button? It's irrational. Let's say I give you something huge, like the square root of 256. Whole number, it doesn't have a fraction button, but it doesn't have a decimal. So that works. That's a natural number, that's a whole number, that's an integer, that's a rational number. All of those things check. If you don't know what I'm talking about, find the real numbers video. So it's that simple. Fraction button, rational. No fraction button, irrational. We're going to look at some problems now. So it says which set of the below includes only irrational numbers. So it's super easy. Okay, I'm going to hit negative square root of 12, the first choice. No fraction button, so far so good. Now, here's something I didn't mention in the other video. Anytime you see this bar, it means it's a fraction, okay? So in this case, this is going to be -3, and then it's going to be, actually, let's see. Yeah, actually, it doesn't really matter. I'm just saying, if you see a bar, it's rational. So right away, this is rational, so we know it's not going to be this one. Here I see a bar, rational. Here I see a bar, rational. So this is the correct answer. If you see a bar, it's rational. If you see a bar, it's rational. Okay, let's look at this one. None of these have bars, all of these are radicals. So it says which one contains only irrational numbers. So I've got this -8. Well, I don't even have to type that in. It's a whole number. It's an integer. There's no decimal, so I know that one's fine. Then I'm going to type in the negative square root of 4. It's an integer, no decimal. That's fine. So right away, this is a rational number. I can stop because it wants only irrational. So now I'm going to type in negative square root of 64. I get an integer. This is rational. I don't have to check anything else. So now I'm going to check the next set. I've got negative square root of 26. No fraction button. That's irrational. Then I've got negative square root of 16. Rational number. It's an integer. There's no decimal. So that means it has to be letter D. And, you know, just because we're really great scholars. 50. No fraction button. 13. No fraction button and a decimal. 10. Decimal, no fraction button. 54. Decimal, no fraction button. Irrational. All right, which set contains a single irrational number? Well, look at this is a whole number, natural number, so this is fine. That's rational. That's a decimal, rational. That's a fraction, rational. All right, rational, it's a whole number. A decimal, just a terminating decimal, that's fine. And if you didn't know, just type in 0.1 into the calculator, fraction button. All right, rational. Here's already a fraction. That's a whole number, no decimal. So now we got to check the square root of 52. Square root, 52. Ugly number, no fraction button. Irrational. Okay, which of the following is an irrational number? You do the exact same thing. All right, we're going to stop here. I think you can handle it. Great job.